Yeah.
Sarah Carr here with the Limerick Post Show, and today I am joined by the director and founder of PlayAct Drama School, Adrienne Lee. How are you keeping, Adrienne?
Oh, hi, Sarah. Thank you so much for having me on today.
Thanks so much for coming on. So we're here, Adrienne, to talk about PlayAct drama classes, of course, and now they're online virtual classes. So I suppose, do you want to start by telling us a bit about PlayAct Drama and what it is that you guys do?
So PlayAct Drama School is a place where we invite children and young people to do weekly classes. In the classes, they will develop their social, emotional, and physical skills, which will serve them for their whole lives. And it's done through drama, theatre, and performance. So we do weekly classes, workshops, camps. We have a camp on this week. And now everything is online, as you were saying, Sarah.
It's weird, isn't it now? So I suppose, I know yourself, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have a master's in drama and performance. You have
Yes.
an arts diploma in drama and theatre studies, and you also have a teaching diploma. So you've got a lot of experience in the area. Did you know that PlayAct Drama was something you always wanted to do, or how did it come about?
So I was the kind of child when I came along, I just loved playing and pretending. So I never had to try to love it. I was just one of those kids, I was like wearing the high heels at 3 years of age and, the necklaces, and I loved writing and all of that. And then I think that followed by, I went to a school in second and third class that I didn't get on with, and then I was put out to Corpus Christi. I'm from Myross, and at that time Corpus Christi was steeped in drama and theatre, and they entered us into feilas, slogas, and it just so happened that I loved performing. That type, I loved it in Trace O'Donovan's speech and drama class. It's the only thing that I loved at school every week going, and she was wonderful as well. So it was a lifelong love, the drama, theatre and performance. And then as I got older, I kind of came away from it for a while, but I went back and I flirted with the idea when I moved to Dublin to work as an actor, and I script read, script wrote, and freelanced teaching for a long time because I was involved. I don't know if you would remember Impact Theatre there in Limerick City. It used to be up there by Crescent, by past O'Connell Street, up at the top of O'Connell Street, but they did amazing theatre. And that's really where I was like, oh my God, I have to know more of this. And that's how I kind of went back to college, started teaching again and that kind of thing. And so it was kind of an organic kind of process. I'd moved to Dublin then, worked in loads of different drama and theatre companies. And I loved it. I loved it all. But for me personally, there was something missing. And the only way I can describe that is it was the heart that was missing for me. So that's how I ended up going out on my own and saying, because I knew at that stage that I had worked in every avenue. I had so much to share that I was like bursting to do my own thing. But I think the thing that really embedded PlayAct was I knew firsthand the effect that a drama program had on me as a child, because given a child a space that's where they can have freedom of expression, so nothing is expected of them. So like if you were going to class there, it's not like I'm saying to you, well, this is how you play a witch, or this is what you're meant to do, or like, even though we have structures and routines in place, but they have the freedom to just be themselves. And that is really what pushed me to follow PlayAct, because I knew the power of that myself.
Yeah, that's amazing. Actually, now what you're saying about the social skills and the confidence that you have as a kid when you're in drama and theatre, I think it really goes underrated and kind of under the radar a bit. I think especially during lockdown, there's so much talk about, the importance of sports going back, and whilst that is so important, I think the confidence and the social skills that drama gives you is definitely, like you said, something that you can carry through your whole life.
Yeah. Yeah, and even like if you think about it, our children are so brave. Like they're so brave. We bring them to school or preschool and we say, oh, go on in there, Johnny, But poor old Johnny then has to go in to like a building or whatever. Everybody is new, navigate their way through the classroom, how the classroom works, like even putting their chair behind their desk. So they've to process a lot, I think. Even the rules with like making friends, you know, in the yard, there's all rules in the yard as well, as we both know. So by going to drama class, they get to like role play those things out. You know, like what we have heard from parents, what I've heard a lot from parents, because we're online 2 weeks after lockdown, we were online. But what I'm hearing a lot from parents is that by giving them that space, because they want to talk a lot, they want to tell you a lot of what's going on for them, then they're able to get on with the rest of their day. So they're not carrying all this emotion or, you know, any worries they have. They're able to just get on with their day. And we've heard parents say to us that they're more willing to be part of the family afterwards, you know, because they're not thinking about other stuff and they're just more energized and invigorated. I can understand that as well, because they're getting in the class, like the classes aren't like the way we are now, Sarah, sitting down having the chats with each other, you know, like they're hands-free, they're standing up, they're doing the engaging, you know, they're socializing, they're interacting, they're knackered after a class because they're using their physical, social, emotional, you know, they're on. So I think that some people think that, you know, like an online class is like, we say, a kid watching Paw Patrol at home, you know, where Paw Patrol are having all the fun and then it's over and the kid is like, has all this pent up energy that they've nowhere to put because Paw Patrol sure have been having all the fun, you know, whereas in the class, it's the child that's, you know, up, ready to go, engaged. So yeah.
That's a really important outlet, creativity wise and like socially. I suppose during the lockdown as well, where kids can't interact, it's so important for them to have that outlet where they can meet with their peers and socialize. So what would be the kind of activities that you would have now in your virtual classes? I suppose because it's not as easy then for the kids to interact. How do you work around that?
So we had, because like we've been in business a while, you know, before lockdown, so we had structures and routines in place that work. So what I mean by that is, pre-COVID, if I walked into a class, my students would just get into a circle. I wouldn't have to tell them, you know, or they'd probably already be in a circle and they'd know what was coming. So they know that, you know, they're going to have their check-in, then they're going to have their vocal, their physical warm-up, and then they're going to have the body of the exercise. Then we'll reflect and we'll finish. So we knew that works. And when we went online, we knew the structures that worked, and then we just had to reimagine them for online. So for example, like we needed the students to be able to unmute themselves, to mute and unmute. So we just made an exercise, you know, because especially the small kids, the older kids are way ahead of us. they were showing us what to do, but the younger kids, like, you know, we made activities out of everything that we knew worked. So everybody has upskilled now, all our students, all of us, like we've done silent movies, scripts, movies, written scripts, and it's a fully rounded course, you know, so it's not just like a game of traffic lights, you know, like, and those kind, even though there's a place for all of those activities, of course, but like, I mean, you couldn't run a drama class with just games. That's a different thing, you know, that type of way. So that's how we kind of did it, because we had the routines and the structures already in place. The kids adapted very quickly. You'd be surprised. And another thing that parents have said to us as well is that because the kids worked online doing drama, when it came to school going online, that they were able to interact so much easier, you know, so that's a really positive.
Yeah, it's interesting to see now a lot of businesses that have gone online. For some of them, it's fared really well and they've been able to expand their reach across Ireland and just, you know, but others, it just doesn't translate as well onto the online platforms. So it's interesting to see now how different companies react, and especially the kids, like you were saying, how the kids react to the online.
Oh yeah, the kids are so adaptable. But you reminded me there, like we have a teacher in Florida, we've one in England, and then there's two in Dublin, and myself, like Limerick. And we have Limerick students. We have a student in Beijing. We have some students in Sweden. We have Claire. So it's like, that kind of blows my mind, I have to say, Sarah, because before before the pandemic, if anyone said to me, like, I remember my friend saying to me, you could do speech and drama exams online. And I was like, no way. And sure, now we've done exams, we've done everything online. And this kind of learning isn't going away. So it's great to be able to go, you know, because for the exams, you can do blended exams where they can record themselves and then they do a bit of live as well. But it's brilliant to be able to do that. It's brilliant to be able to adapt and to do that as well as everything else as well, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a very exciting time.
I suppose they're getting the added bonus then of having up-to-date tech skills as well as having the confidence then to perform, because it's a whole new type of social skill, I think, now, being able to sit in front of the camera. You know, I know with myself and my peers in college, there'd be all those nerves about going onto a Zoom call and stuff. So it's a whole new kind of social interaction that people, and especially young kids, have to get used to.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there. Like, I think for all of us, like, and especially my age group, like, you do have to learn how to do this because it isn't going away.
Yeah.
You know, like, I know now that live classes work really well, that when it's safe to go back, we will go back to face. But this is always going to stay now online because it's great to be able to reach so many people. Because let's face it, drama is on the primary school curriculum. Every child should have access to a good, solid drama program. And I think it's great that classroom teachers sometimes give it a whirl, but it's a different thing. Because you know yourself, when you're in the classroom with your teacher, you have a certain relationship with your classroom teacher. Whereas if you're going to a drama class where no one has an idea of who you are or what you're meant to be or what you're like in your other subjects, you know, it's a different thing. But every child should have access to a really good drama program. So PlayAct is for everybody, you know, because I think that parents sometimes, you know, go, oh, well, Johnny doesn't want to be an actor, but it's so much more than just acting. Yes, we do all the acting skills and the writing and costume and, you know, all the really good stuff that gets me really excited. Because we use that. So the children are learning by playing. And that's the best way for children and young people to learn, because they don't even realize that they're developing all of those really good skills.
That's so true. Yeah, what you said there about having a place to learn where you're not influenced by the other aspects of your life. So, you know, if you feel like you don't excel in one subject at school, that's not going to impact, you know, how you're going to express yourself in your drama class. And that's so important as well for kids growing up. Definitely. So do you think now moving forward that you will keep these online classes and hopefully keep like maybe an international or a national PlayAct drama?
Definitely a national level, and national has kind of started rolling out already. You know, we have people from all different parts of the country, and we even have people other parts of the world as well. But I wanted to give a shout out to my hometown, of course. You know, I'm a very proud Limerick woman, so I wanted to give a shout out to get more Limerick schools, Limerick parents, you know, just to let them know that there is support there. The classes are very affordable, and there's room for everything. And I think that you know, if anybody hears this, they're like, maybe they can try out a class before committing. You know, so they don't have to like kind of sign up for the 10-week term. They can try it out, see if they like it, you know, and yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's lovely. Like we were saying before we started recording, that the drama and art scene in Limerick, especially now during the pandemic, is really kicking off. It's so nice to see people, you know, you can see people coming back home to Limerick and starting companies and starting dramas and theatres and getting involved. And it's just a really nice community, I think, as well now in the art sector in Limerick.
Oh, it's fabulous. There's wonderful stuff happening in Limerick, and a great way to keep in touch with all that as well as I Love Limerick. Like there's everything really on that page as well. My father brings me up the Limerick Post every week. Well, I haven't seen him now in a long time. And I would say at the moment, I'm very homesick because I haven't been home in so long, you know, and I have 2 kids, and my 20-month-old, I think, was only in Limerick twice. So I'm mad to bring her home as well. You know, the other one is 3.5. She's been down a few times, so she knows. But like Heidi has only been home about twice, so I'm dying for her to get her to Limerick.
Yeah, nice. Bring her back to her hometown.
Yeah, exactly. And Hazel, who's 3.5, she's doing her first camp starting tomorrow with PlayAct. So I'm very excited about that.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm sure she'll love it.
Yeah.
So, Adrienne, if people want to get in touch with you, where can they find you?
So we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram and playact.ie. We're actually getting our website done at the moment, which I'm really looking forward to, but they will still find everything there that they need. But you know, if they're listening and they're thinking, you know, because you'd often get parents going, I don't know if drama is for my child. Drama is for every child, because all of those good skills will serve them for their life, even if it's only for them to have, you know, fun, if nothing else, and to be exposed to other children. But they can give me a call anytime. You know, if
Yeah.
they need a chat about anything, they can get in touch anytime. We love talking to our community, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, I'll leave you there. I'll keep you chatting all day. So thank you so much for coming on. It was an absolute pleasure to have you.
Oh, thank you.
We'll be able to talk again maybe in the future if all things
Yes, I would
well.
love to.
Yeah.
That would be fab. Thanks so much, Sarah, for having me.
No problem. Thank you again. Bye.
Bye.